I'm excited that I get to experience life with someone who makes me a better person every day and makes me happy every single day. So that's what everybody wants in their life, and I'm glad that I have it in Henry.
There's no words to say it, but I'll find them.
My name is Taylor Yokish, and I am marrying Henry McClure on October 24th.
I met Taylor at my friend Luke's wedding. It's in January 1st of 2016.
When I first met Henry, we were at our friends Morgan and Luke's wedding. It was on New Year's Eve, and I just went with my cousin thinking, hey, let's just have fun with all of our friends.
I was in the wedding at that time, and I didn't know Taylor previously.
Henry was actually one of the first groomsmen to come down the aisle, and I thought, holy cow, he was such a hunk. I even mentioned to my cousin how cute he was, but you know, how many times do you say, man, that guy's cute? So I just kind of went with it and just went through the night, and pretty soon it's like 10 o'clock at night.
The first time I saw her was actually while she was out on the dance floor, and one of her friends, Jesse, who I really didn't talk to a whole lot at the time, came up and pulled me aside.
And I see Henry over there, and my friend Jessie, she said, I think Henry's kind of sweet on you. Do you think he's cute? And I said, oh yeah, I think he's really cute.
And she asked me if I wanted to meet somebody, one of her friends. So, well, only if it's a girl do I really want to meet any of your friends, Jessie. And so she took me out onto the dance floor, and I saw Taylor there. And
he came over and we started dancing, and the rest is history, I guess.
You are the best part of me, the side I hope everyone sees, the air that I breathe, my missing piece wasn't complete before you, 'cause you are the best part of me.
So anyone who knows Henry knows that he just kind of goes with the flow, and anybody who knows me knows that I like to have it planned out.
that's exactly how Taylor is with everything. She has to research and figure out what's going on.
Like to the T, the time we're going, the time we'll get here, and everything. So really all that we knew was that we're going to a dinner and a movie.
She had texted me her address and didn't really give me a whole lot of ideas as to where it was, other than that, you know, she lives in the country.
It was in January, so it was cold and icy, and I told Henry, I said, now I live deep in the country, so you're gonna need to like be careful coming through these country roads because they're icy.
And I'm like, okay, no big deal. Like I've grown up in the country. I've farmed with my dad for a long time. It's no problem. I'll find your house, Taylor. And I remember turning onto Burlingame Road. It was a very up and down country road, something I'm not used to being from Mason County. Some potholes, and there was a lot of ice. It was in the winter when I went over there.
So he came and he made it there safely, and we walked out, and this is kind of a strange thing, but I noticed he drove a Mazda, and I'm like, what kind of car do you drive? And he was like, I drive a Mazda 6, and I'm like, no way, so do I. So we both drove the same car at the same time.
We started driving to Springfield, and I didn't have to say 2 words the whole time. Taylor was talking, not for a loss of words, which was great. You know, you always hate to have awkward silence with anyone, and there was definitely none of that with her.
I guess I kept talking the entire time because I think I was a little bit nervous, but we just hit it off on our way over to Springfield. And
I remember she had looked up every single movie that was playing in the movie theater that night also.
I wrote out every single movie that was playing, the time it was playing, and what movie theater it was playing at. Then we tried to go to Texas Roadhouse, but that place, of course, is so busy all the time. So then we tried to go to Cooper's Hawk, and that was an hour's wait.
Finally settled on Olive Garden after striking out at every other restaurant in town. And I think we had dinner and food at the bar that night.
So then we ended up at Olive Garden at the bar, and we had a nice dinner there, and then we went to the movie theater, and we were sitting in the parking lot trying to see what movies were coming. So then I pulled out my list that I made, and the look on his face was like, holy cow, what did I just get myself into? But you know what? He still has that list today. So then we watched Passengers, the movie, and then we went home. And
So that was our first date.
The air that I breathe, a missing piece, wasn't complete before you. 'Cause you are the best part of me.
okay, so these are good. The I love yous. So we went out to dinner with my friends, well, our friends, Jesse and Casey. It was probably 4 or 5 months into our relationship, and I couldn't take it anymore. He wasn't saying it, I wasn't saying it, but I knew I loved him. So I was like, I just gotta do it. We always ask what each other were thinking about. So I was like, what are you thinking about? And he goes, oh, not much of anything. I think he was like super tired. And he goes, well, what are you thinking about? And I was like, I don't know. I just don't want to scare you off, you know. He's like, just tell me. And I was like, I think I've fallen in love with you. And he goes, oh. And I was like, great. The worst feeling in the world that I was hoping that would not happen, happened. And then what felt like 20 minutes later, but it was probably only like 5 minutes, he turns over and he was like, I love you too. And so.
That nails it. That's exactly what happened. No one other than my immediate family had ever told me that before. So that was a new experience, and just, it was the greatest feeling ever to have somebody else care for you like that.
He just cares for me all the time. Like, he'll come up and just scratch my back. It just shows that he loves me, and just little things that he does just shows me that he loves me. And, you know, he doesn't have to say it all the time. He doesn't have to tell me he loves me. I know it with his actions, and that's one thing I really love about him.
My daylight sky blue, my greener grass on the other side. It's just the simple truth.
I knew after, 2 or 3 years about being with Taylor that she was definitely the one for me.
So Henry and I were in a long distance relationship for a very long time, and at the time we got engaged. So he was in Bloomington, I was back here.
And she would come up pretty regularly, almost every weekend, just to keep me company, and that was the only time I really got to see her ever. Every Sunday would come around and it'd be time for Taylor to go back home. And that was probably the most difficult thing to do, go through another week again with her gone.
So he was working the night shift and I was working day shift. He was working the weekends. So our schedules just didn't really match up very well. And there was a drill period in between that. So we hadn't seen each other for about 14 days or so.
So at that point I realized, I need to make this permanent. And I was coming up to the end of my field training program, so it seemed like the perfect time. So
we wanted to go on a hot date. So we went to Nick and Nino's. I made the reservations because they didn't open until after like 4 o'clock, I think. And so I made the reservations because he was working night shift, so he wasn't able to.
I was leaving Bloomington, go down to pick Taylor up. I told her it was going to be just a special occasion to put on something really nice that you're going to look good in, is what I said. We're going to go out on a hot date. We always called our dates our hot dates, but this one's special. But I didn't tell her why. Then
that Friday night came. I got all gussied up and I was excited coming home from work and to see him, really, not really to go on the date. I just wanted to see him. And I asked him on my way home if he could make sure that the reservations were confirmed. So he, little did I know, was confirming the reservations and getting all of his plan going for that night. So I called the restaurant that we were going to, which Taylor's friend Marcia and Doug recommended to us. I wasn't real familiar with a lot of the restaurants in Springfield. Nick and Nino's, I gave them a phone call and I said, hey, this is my idea. I want to propose to my girlfriend at the time, and I'd like for somebody, one of the waitress or waiter, whoever, to video us, or at least take a photo. I think I said take a photo. I picked Taylor up. We met the waitress at the
restaurant. I pulled her aside and I gave her the phone. I said, hey, if you could just take a photo of us. And when she came to take our order, she made up this spiel about a promotion for the restaurant. So I was like, okay, this is easy.
Sat by the window so that we could see out on Springfield, and that was really cool because you're on like the 32nd floor. So then the waitress comes up and says, we're taking pictures for our social media promo to promote our business. And she's like, is it okay if we take your picture? And I was like, sure, of course. Like, I love pictures, no big deal. So we took one just sitting across at the table.
We took some photos sitting down. I said, hey, maybe it'll be better if I walk around the table and take one of us together.
And then Henry's like, let's do one standing up. And I was like, okay, like the more the merrier, you know? So he gets up, comes around, and then he drops to one knee and says, Taylor Gabrielle Yokish, will you marry me? And I said, of course. And he opens the box, and he got a box that has a light in it. So the ring looked extra sparkly and beautiful. And so I, of course, said yes.
And then that's when I proposed to her, and it was an awesome experience.
So that was, and then it was so cool because just how he did it and how he thought about, like he thought about that, the whole thing. The waitress obviously was taking pictures of us for her promo, and she got all of our proposals, so it was really sweet. And everybody in the restaurant was cheering and so happy for us, and it was just a really fun night. So
you are the best part of me, the side I hope everyone sees, the air that I breathe, I'm missing piece, wasn't complete before you, 'cause you are the best part of me.
we just radiate with love, I think, and care for each other so much. And I think we both know that we're kind of a little bit awkward. So like that's kind of, we make our relationship a little quirky and fun with our awkwardness.
Yeah, and complimenting each other.
Yeah,
too.
we compliment each other a lot.
So, making sure we're a better person today and tomorrow is the goal and everything.
And pushing each other to be the best people that we can be is...
Yeah, to excel.
Yeah, is the goal that we have for each other, I think. So
it's when Taylor's feeling good about life and she's bubbly and laughing hard. Laughter goes a long way, I think. And you know, we go through our ups and downs, and some days aren't as good as others, but when she's in a good mood, it fills me with joy that I can't even describe.
Henry, you mean the absolute world to me. You make me smile every single day, and not only do you make me smile, but you make my heart smile, and that means everything to me. I love how you show that you love me through your actions. That is amazing to me. And I know that neither one of us are perfect, but I know that we're perfect for each other. I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with you, and I thank God every day that He put us together in each other's lives. So cheers to the future, and I love you so much.
Taylor, I love you. I'll always be there for you through thick and thin, forever and always.
Hi everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed the story of our love.
Yeah, thank you all for being here tonight. We appreciate all the support we've had from everyone in this room.
We want to especially thank my parents for making this day and night possible.
Yeah, we might not be able to get to see everybody tonight, so that's why we're kind of doing this short clip. Thank you all for being here though.
We hope you enjoy the night, and we love you all so much.
Let's get this party started.
'Cause you are the best part of me, the side I hope everyone sees, the air that I breathe, I'm missing piece, wasn't complete before you, 'cause you are the best part of me, the best part of me.
Oh my God!
That was awesome. That looks so good.